probably shouldn't be saying this.
This is the third degree.
Let's get into it. 3 new bombshells. I'm ringing the bell.
I don't know what I'm doing! The plot plotted, and we're making it work.
We shouldn't be saying this.
Maybe I simply don't want to be hurt.
Why is that being posted?
I was having an exercise. Let's get into it. Are we ready to finally start this?
Can't believe I was replaced with Brayden.
Hey, you were not here. What can I say? She just found out that we did an episode with...
No, I know you did an episode. I just didn't know he said my part.
Well, what else? What part was he gonna say? Mine?
Yeah.
No. We're not gonna make
he
sense
doesn't
that
get
much.
a part.
Well, he did a good job.
He did.
He actually, the fact that he sat for like an hour and a half with us and was really like in it.
Well, I think because
so...
we just kept his attention span ever changing.
Yeah.
Like we didn't stay on one thing for too long.
He
Just
refused to do the podcast with me before.
Bella!
My lips are still blue from our pancakes.
They are. Hey, baby.
We had rainbow pancakes for breakfast. And now my lips are
Brunch. It was brunch.
blue. No, it was breakfast.
Nope, it was brunch.
It was only like 10:30. It was breakfast.
That's brunch.
No, breakfast.
No, that is brunch.
Brunch is like noon.
Between 10 to 1 is brunch.
No. Because lunch
Between
is at
6
3.
to 9 is breakfast.
69.
Shut the fuck up.
Make me.
Freaks.
All right, give me my iPad. Please. With cherry on top.
I couldn't pick it up.
Okay, guys.
I'm starting to autism with the nails now.
I did. Oh. Good girl. Who kept saying that? That was Brayden.
No, you.
No, that was Brayden.
No, Brayden would say good boy and you would say good girl.
Bro, Danny came home from school the other day talking about how kids at school were talking about good boy. Hold on, Stephanie's texting me.
Nothing has happened since yesterday. Oh my god, no. We did an escape room with Evie and it was so fire. And then Natalie, I fell asleep and Natalie at 11:30 picked us up to go to school. And then we went for an hour.
It was midnight Oasis.
We ate breakfast at midnight.
We got breakfast at midnight and then we went to the house and then we went back to my house. So that was fun.
Sorry, I was snapping back to Evan. You have to make the noise for it to count.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Bleh. Thank you for this ASMR, Elizabeth. Ah, I don't like that!
Is it better if I do it all the way back here?
No.
The autistic kids can't handle the autism.
Autism.
Where the hose at?
Okay. Are we ready for this episode today?
Whenever you are.
Oh, look how fancy and organized you are.
I know. So today we're doing perfectionism, and we're going to specifically at the end talk about how it is affecting to competitive dancers. Because
fuck off. I've been out for 3 years.
Because all of us have been competitive dancers. Yeah, but you still know what we're talking about. You'll still know. Okay. So,
You're telling me you don't have pent-up trauma from competitive dance?
What is perfectionism?
I think I have more pent-up trauma from theater.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Oh my god, did I ever tell you about the time I was pushed down the spiral staircase?
Why were you pushed down the spiral staircase?
Okay, so the theater I always did shows at on stage left. The only way to get down and like across was this like very tight spiral staircase. And it was metal. And I was going down and one of the girls behind me was mad at me for something. I don't remember if it was because of the role I had or something. And she shoved me and I fell down like 6 of them before I was able to catch myself. And I fell down the spiral staircase.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Fun times. And then I just got up and kept going because I was like, I have a show to do. I can't be injured right now. I went home. My foot was black. Like I had bruised so bad. And I just kept. We were only like part 1. We were in act 1, the beginning of act 1. I was like, don't got time for this. Gotta keep going.
I had my surgery shortly, like in July, like end of July. summer into my junior year, auditioned for the spring show. We started rehearsals like heavy in December. Was not clear to be fully dancing yet. I was cleared to audition, but not to be fully dancing. And our theater director was like, hold on. Our theater director was like, Natalie, if you don't do it, because I was marking stuff because my knee hurt, and I asked permission to our dance director, and the theater director was like, he came into rehearsal, and he was like, Natalie, if you keep marking stuff, we're going to have to start pulling you because we don't think you know your choreo. Came into the next rehearsal, blew that shit out of the water, and he went to my dad, because my dad was doing, like, set crew stuff. He was like, yo, your kid made me just put my foot in my mouth. She knew exactly what she was doing, and I've never felt dumber in my life. And I was like, yes! But then I had to get a second knee surgery because I overdid it. And Reed screwed up my knee.
Yeah. Natalie, have you been pushed down the stairs?
I fell down the stairs with my dad when I was a baby.
Oh, hello, mister.
I think.
Oh, somebody was digging.
Oh, you're awfully dirty, sir.
Blake, go away.
Split. Take your mud with you.
Somebody was digging.
Okay, goodbye. No, you're getting it everywhere.
No.
Okay, Blake, goodbye. We love you.
Bubbles.
No. Don't bring him back.
Don't bring him back.
He's dirty.
It's all over the inside of my sweater.
Go outside, Bubbles. Go outside. Go outside. You don't have to tell me twice. He's like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He
also the big black boy.
He also needs permission to do things. It's the sweetest thing ever.
The door is open for him to go in
Door
and out.
open. He can go in and out whenever he wants.
He will just sit and look at me, and I go, "You want to go outside?" And then he goes, "You can go outside."
Yeah, it's precious.
It's so cute. But he's also a dick most of the time.
Yeah, come back. Our fucking Chipotle trash all over the floor.
He makes me allergic.
I'm sorry, baby.
Okay, do you guys know what perfectionism is?
Yeah, I am a perfectionist.
What is it?
It is the innate need to make everything perfect and everything you do. That way you feel like you've completed it and it's not just a complete task.
Okay, what do you think it is?
The over-obsession in having everything be 100% perfect and amazing and clean, then yep.
I can't hear you.
The 100%.
Hey, I have hearing in that ear, please. Can we please keep the hearing in that ear?
It squeaked. The need for everything to be 100% perfect and clean and amazing and perfect.
All right.
All the time.
So, perfectionism is a personality trait involving setting unrealistic goals and placing excessive demands on yourself.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
I wasn't. I was looking at the microphone.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
So
you were looking at me.
So, there are 10 ways that perfectionism is shown. And they are pretty interesting. Okay, so the first one is all or nothing thinking.
Yeah.
It is. A high achiever can be
statistical.
Satisfied.
That is not satisfied.
Yes,
that is statistical knowing they.
No, it's satisfied knowing they tried.
That's not how you spell satisfied, but.
So, okay, a high achiever.
It's Lexi.
A high achiever will be satisfied when they know that they tried their best. But a perfectionist. Lexopedia, yeah. But a perfectionist takes everything less than perfect as a failure.
Yes.
So, like, if it's not done 100% the way it's supposed to, or, like, perfect in their eyes, it didn't happen.
Yep.
Correct. Where the fuck the function?
It's right here.
I'm a raging perfectionist.
Yeah, me too. Second one. Being highly critical.
Of yourself? Yes.
Someone with perfectionism is more critical of themselves than others. High achievers take pride in their accomplishments and take praise and are supportive. Perfectionists always find a mistake or an imperfection.
Yeah, I've never done anything right my whole entire life.
Yeah, but you have.
No, but I haven't.
But you have.
No. The only time I've ever done anything right in my life is when I'm crafting because I complete the craft. And it's perfect.
Well, there's no book on how to live life.
Yeah, but there should be.
But there isn't.
I agree.
And there's rules in my head, therefore I must live life to those rules.
My thing is, you know those, like, silent judgments we give to everyone else? Like, if I walk past them, like, oh, that one hair is, like, really, really out of place on her. I think
But
of
I
those.
never say it.
No, but I think of those, and then I put them on myself.
Right.
Because I'm thinking that someone else is thinking that about me because I thought it about someone.
That, though.
See, I don't.
I know, so I need to be
judge others as much as I just silently judge myself.
I silently judge others really hard.
My thing is, I notice the little things and like whatever, do what you want on you. But my thing is, I think that other people are putting those on me.
Right.
And more often than not, they're not because they just don't care. But I think they do. So it's those little things. So like if my hair is not in every perfect place and my shirt isn't sitting the exact right way. And, like, little stuff like that. That's where mine comes in. It takes me
so long to get ready in the morning.
Yeah. So 3.
Like, I'm on the pod without makeup right now, and it's really stressing me out.
The perfectionists feeling pushed by fear. So, high achievers will use desire to achieve a goal, set reasonable goals to then take farther once they achieve them. But perfectionists are pushed by the fear of not performing perfectly to meet their goal perfectly.
We have to stop picking topics that are just my mental health.
So, like, you're pushed by the fear of you're going to be wrong or somebody's going to see it as wrong rather than I want to do this, so I'm going to do it.
That's what I was talking about with, like, the little silent judgments. That's why I have
a career.
What? Because you don't want to be a nurse.
I don't want to do anything. I have no internal drive to do anything. I would be so happy just simply owning a bookstore.
Of course you would.
Okay? Give me a flower shop. Let me just play with flowers all day long. You know?
Do that.
But no, because that's not a job that is going to earn money and be successful and get me places in life. Therefore, I'm going to go for something that I think will and something I hope I'm going to find joy in.
My thing is, I want to be a teacher, but I don't want to go through school. I just want to do it. Like, I don't want to do the work to get there. I want to do the work in being a teacher. Like, I'll put in all the effort of being a teacher, but I don't want to do the work to get to being a teacher.
Blake, I love you, but I don't want your moneyness. I will take Bella, though. Oh, Bella.
Well, he's going to come, too. Hi, Bubbas.
Hi, Bella.
Hi, Bubba.
Hi, Bella.
Hi.
You eat spitting.
He's rolling, not spitting.
Same
no,
thing,
keep
spit.
your muddy self over there. I'm wearing white.
Okay, so next, having unrealistic standards. Perfectionists start with their goal out of reach and are scared to not achieve them. Instead of getting a smaller goal and then getting to that big goal in the end, they start with the big goal in a way of how are you going to get there without getting somewhere else first.
Why are we doing this?
And because I've been wanting to do this for forever.
Okay.
Feeling depressed by unmet goals.
Okay. Holy shit.
All right, so
This is going to be fun, guys. What a ride.
less happy than high achievers. Perfectionists are less happy than high achievers. High achievers bounce back from disappointment. Perfectionists beat themselves up and stay in negative feelings when their high expectations are not met. They struggle to move on when things don't work out the way they hoped.
Yeah, I rethink a lot of decisions I made in my life.
Right, but why are you rethinking a decision? How can you change it if it already happened?
It doesn't matter. I will continue to rethink about it forever because it affected me and I wasn't the decision I actually wanted to make, but it was a decision I made. Therefore, I have to rethink it and continue to criticize myself for making that decision.
Well, that's good in a way, but if it's done right, like to learn and to not do it again, but not to like...
Oh, so you're saying that the one singular decision I made almost 8 years ago I should stop dwelling on?
Yeah.
Incorrect. I will dwell on that until the day I go to the ground.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Natalie, how you feeling over there?
So great, I'm looking at nails.
Oh, cool.
So
I should also distract
fear
myself.
of failure. Since they take so much stock in results, they become disappointed by anything less. To them, fear is a scary prospect.
I have no fears. I have always said I have no fears because I'm scared of being scared.
But you just said you're scared. You heard that part, right? You did hear that part. You're
Look, these are cute.
I have no fear, though.
You do have fears.
I have no fear.
You do have fears.
I have no fear.
I have a lot of fears.
You have a fear.
I have no fear.
I can name one fear right now.
Yeah!
Not on the pod. Oh, look, there's a fishy on them.
Fishy on
Wait,
me.
what's your fear?
Better slap your knee. Me?
What? Yeah.
Failure.
Correct. But that's not a fear.
Yes, it is.
I am petrified of failing.
Right. Okay, I'm not scared of failing for myself. I don't care if I can't do it. I'm scared of somebody else knowing that I failed.
No, because I know that if I fail, I'm going to be disappointed in myself.
I don't care. I will
either
do it so much myself that I will get where I want to be, or I'll just let it go. If nobody else knows. If somebody else knows that I failed, then it's the end of the fucking world. All right, procrastination. So they worry about failing, where they become immobilized and fail to do anything, which leads to greater feelings of failure that perpetuate the vicious cycle.
I don't like this episode.
So you're kind of, instead of trying, you just don't
shut
try
down.
at all. Because
well,
if you don't try, you can't fail. But if you're not trying, you actually are failing.
I had a breakdown about that last week.
What?
About that.
Failing?
Well, because my grades and my classwork and whatever, I was really upset about it, and I freaked the fuck out, and my dad was like, we'll try to do your work, and I was like, I actually can't move. Like, I'm actually currently frozen in place, and I can't do anything, because looking at the assignments stressed me out so much because I didn't know what I was doing that I just didn't do them, and then it stressed me out more because I wasn't doing them, but I couldn't do them, and I didn't know what to do, and then I cried a lot.
Yeah.
And then I went home and cried more.
I think...
So...
Because you don't want to fail, so you just don't try, but I feel like not trying means you failed.
It's not the idea of I'm not going to try so I can't fail. It's the idea of I'm so scared of failing
that I don't
I can't do it. That the idea of even attempting stresses me out so much that I can't function.
Yeah. All right. Defensiveness. Because a less than perfect performance is so painful and scary, they respond defensively to constructive criticism, while high achievers use it to improve future performance. What are you laughing at?
Blake's laid on the stand and the camera's wobbling.
Excuse me, Blake.
Every time he breathes, it wobbles a little bit.
So, yeah, I think I do that. I know I do that. When people give me constructive criticism, I take it as you're telling me the worst news of my life and you're telling me that I did a terrible job instead of just you're helping me to make it better. That's why a lot of the times I won't give other people constructive criticism.
Yeah, and my thing is if it's a situation, like, I'll sit there and I'll be so real with you and I'll tell you if, like, you fucked up, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I won't, like, my thing is I'll sit there and be like, do you want solutions or comfort? Like, that's my big thing.
Really, sir?
Like, Stuffer.
I think it's either, like...
I feel he is moving the camera.
He is. If I ask for advice, you can give me it. If I'm not asking for it, please don't give me advice because I feel confident in what I'm doing. You can make suggestions to make it better, but don't say that you're making the suggestions in a way if something is bad. Just a suggestion to also add to, not add to then take away. You know?
Yes.
All right, last one. Last characteristic. Low self-esteem.
All right, so that's the episode. Thanks for watching.
All right, you just got burned to the 3rd degree. We'll see you next week.
Sit your ass down. We're not done. Since they criticize themselves so much, it can lead to slow self-esteem, and it can be lonely as they push others away.
They have octopus on the nails, and there's a little jellyfish. Oh my god.
So they feel like they have to push everybody else away because they're not good enough for anybody. Because if they're not good enough for themselves, they're not good enough for anybody, which is not true.
Correct.
But that's not true.
No, that is correct.
No, it's not.
I'm not good enough. Therefore, nobody else can ever be.
Not true.
Nobody can see me.
Not true.
Not perceivable.
Not true. All right. Causes of perfectionism. Fear of judgment. Early childhood experiences.
We're getting into this.
All right. I don't know if this is a safe topic.
Parents
actually,
unrealistic.
I fear this is not a safe topic, especially after this morning's dilemma. I fear this is a topic we need to move over.
Okay, OCD. Poor self-esteem, feeling inadequate, need for control. Tying self-worth to achievements, societal and cultural experiences. All right, now, don't fear. I don't know what pitfall means, but The pitfall of perfectionism is that it's difficult to be perfect at everything or anything. Perfectionists tend to achieve less and stress more. Excessive focus on control is unhealthy. They are picky and preoccupied. And then the higher anxiety levels that they get to try to be perfect cause low self-esteem, eating disorders, sleep disturbances, and psychological distress.
Right, so why are we discussing
I can do
this?
hard things.
Right,
because it's a good thing to talk about.
So why?
Oh, there's strawberries! Oh my goodness. I want those.
But don't fret, guys. Do not fret. You can overcome perfectionism. All right, how to overcome it. Creating an environment where you feel accepted.
Look, a cowboy boot.
I think we've all done that one. Engaging in positive self-talk.
I think
I can do hard things.
Not comparing yourself to others. Participating in mindfulness. Okay, so healthy perfectionism can lead you to do your best, while unhealthy perfectionism leads to stress, anxiety, and other issues. So that's a little bit about what perfectionism is. Now we're moving on to perfectionism in dance.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
I love this part. I'm excited for this part because I can talk about this for hours.
So perfectionism in dance is normally affected by neurotic perfectionism. That's the category of perfectionism. It's the inability to give themselves grace and adjust behaviors and expectations in the pursuit of attaining their high standards.
My ears itchy.
So most commonly in dance perfectionism, which is the neurotic perfectionism, comes from a constant comparison and the black and white seeing that we talked about. And it's common since in dance the only reason for failure
is losing.
No, is told to be a lack of effort.
Okay.
Correct.
So if you're not trying hard enough, you're not doing hard enough, you're not doing good enough.
Yeah, you didn't win because you're not good, not because the dance wasn't up to par where it needed to be.
Right.
Like, it's your fault.
Like, you're not trying hard enough. It's not the
whatever.
choreography. It's not the costume. When that's also not true. It's also 3 random people's opinions. You could do the same dance, the same exact video, and show 3 judges, show another 3 judges, and they will have a completely different score for you.
Correct.
Because it's all opinion-based.
Correct. And I'm sorry, some judges like certain styles and some don't.
Right.
Which is my big thing. I love when a competition has a tap judge. Because so many people hate tap. I'm one of them. I hate tap. But most comps don't have a tap judge when they have a tap category. Like, you can't... Because not everyone understands... Right, not everyone understands how to score tap and hip-hop and stuff like that.
So, they usually have unattainable goals and are demanding of themselves in their level of performance. So, a big example is making mistakes. They base their success on mistakes, and it causes more anxiety, lower self-confidence, and a higher negative thought 24 hours before the competition. A lot of this time, the perfectionism comes out before you're going to go perform, before you're going to go compete.
And that's why, Mom, every time we ever did anything dance and or theater and or music and or anything arts related, I had a complete emotional meltdown getting ready the day before. And I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it.
I was always an asshole the day before and the day of a competition. Like, my mom knew, don't talk to me, don't stick a camera in my face, pretend I'm not there.
Oh, see, my parents didn't come to my comps until my sisters started dancing, so I didn't have that issue. I drove up with my director and stayed with her.
So dancers are forced to see and self-recognize their mistakes since it's what makes or breaks their win. So you're taught from a young age to know what is right and what is wrong.
What's so funny there, Mr. Giggles? It's the Taco Bell logo with the goose, and he's taking the bell and it says "Take Bell" instead of Taco Bell.
That's my favorite game. I love.
Oh my God, I'm gonna put Block Blast while we do the pod. That seems like a good idea. Okay, keep going.
I'm trying to not process it.
Correct.
Okay, so the biggest thing in dance, this is said all the time, and I definitely was something I heard a lot. If you don't feel like you're working your hardest, then stand next to someone who is.
Yes.
And work from them. Which
Take a class with people better than you because it will push you harder.
It pushes you beyond their self-limit, and it's a competitive environment, which can be useful in some sense, but then you're comparing yourself to everybody else. Who's the hardest working? Who's going to work harder? Who's going to make me work harder?
It's also hard when your studio, your dance teacher, your director starts comparing you to each other.
Right.
Yes.
Because that really fucks with a part of your brain.
Yeah.
Because someone you thought as a teammate and just like, oh, if I work hard, if I push myself, I can start to hit on the same level as them, then becomes I have to do better than them, otherwise I'm a failure in the eyes of my dance teacher.
Right.
Yeah. That was a big issue with my studio, like for me personally, just because we have the kids who go to the art school, so like they dance every single day at school. They're getting more training than we ever could.
Right.
So it like threw a lot of us off because we tried not to compare ourselves to them.
But it's hard.
But it's impossible not to. Like, it's a natural reaction.
Mm-hmm. So neurotic perfectionism is linked with anxiety, excessive exercise addiction, and burnout in athletes. So, how is perfectionism seen in dancers? Emotionally, it's negative thinking, reduced self-worth, body image issues, which I feel like that just comes with everything in dance. Sadness and
that comes
fear.
from ballet.
Yeah. Socially, you're rarely satisfied, you always question yourself, and you look for validation, but you don't believe it. You're looking for something to tell you that you're right and something to say that, oh no, like this is the right thing to do, but you're never going to believe it if somebody does tell you that it's right and that you're doing it correctly. So then behaviorally, this has a lot. That overtraining, burnout, self-esteem based on your achievements, brings in negative self-talk, always looking for a mistake. You want to come across as strong, confident, and the get-it-done attitude. Always pushing.
Want to be cocky.
Yeah, but you don't want to be cocky.
You want to come across as I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I'm doing, but you don't want to seem cocky because then other dancers think you are
cocky.
Yeah, they think you're a know-it-all.
Right. Lack of self-care. Only as good as what you do, doesn't want to show fear, doesn't ask questions, and that vulnerability equals rejection and the should mindset, which I think not asking questions is a big one because you don't want to ask a question and you don't want to seem like you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Because how can you be confident and strong but have a question?
Right.
Type of thing. So there is a way to, again, shift it. So you have to be aware of your own self-talk. Not all of your eggs can be put in one basket. So instead of just focusing on one thing or focusing on something a lot, you got to kind of move around. It's important to connect with other dancers, your teachers, your parents. To find enjoyment, it's good to reframe and everything. And then when you're learning new stuff, instead of thinking it as a, can I do it or can I not do it? It's a, let's see what I can do type of thing. Like experiment.
Yeah.
Rather than either I'm going to do it or not. Stop trying to save yourself. Walk away if it's not perfect. If you're not getting that jump right or you're not getting that turn, if you do it 1,000 times, it's not helping anything. Sometimes you just have to walk away.
Well, yeah, you walk away, you come back to it later. Doing it over and over again is just going to tire you out more. It's going to make you sloppier in your technique less because you're tired.
And then you're going to get hurt. You're more likely to get hurt because you're tired, because
you're overdoing
You're frustrated. You're not caring as much about the proper way to do it. You just want to get it done.
Right.
And then mental imagery, seeing yourself doing it the way you want to. So this is how dance teachers can help, which my studio was really, really, really good about this stuff. So the first thing is find a good mindset with a 3 good to 1 bad ratio. We would always do this. When we would critique each other, we would do a critique sandwich. So we'd say something that was really good, something to work on, and then again we'd end with something that was really good. Just so that you're getting things that you're doing good, but then you're also getting something that you can work on, which is still helpful, but it's also good to know what you're doing good. But it's also crazy to see how what somebody says you need to work on can be the same thing that somebody says you did good.
Right.
Positive reinforcement. Thinking about the feedback before you give it. Considering your own skills. So if you can't do it as the teacher, how are you going to expect your students to do it? Or if you don't know how to properly teach them the right way to do it, how are they then going to do it? And then not every cue is going to work for everyone. So not every way that you explain something is going to work for everyone, which was another thing that they were really good at in my studio, is they always had multiple ways to explain things. Or we would find a way to explain things, and then if we said it, they'd keep it in their back pocket for next time to bring it up, to kind of explain everything. And then having teams is always good. Okay, making dancers feel supported. Asking for their needs, like asking what they need from you. that happened a lot more in solos, I think, than it did in groups.
Yes.
Because you can't really ask what everybody needs in a group because that's a lot of people. You kind of have to do what's best for the team. But in a solo, we were always asked, what do you need? What do you want?
I will say, with my knee being how it is, Rachel, my director, like, she was really, really good with, like, Nat, are you physically able to do this? Like, when we would do a hinge or kneeling down on one leg, because I can't kneel flat on this one because of the scar. Like, she was really good. Like, if I said, Rach, I can't physically, my body cannot do that, she'd, okay, we'll change it. Okay, we'll do it this way so that you can do it still.
Right.
Because, like, they're not just going to pull me out of the group because I can't do that part. Like, it's not my fault.
Yeah. Open conversations, a positive environment, which I think is kind of self-explanatory. Build credibility to grow under you rather than have to be perfect under you, which my dance teacher was always really good about. She always gave us a place where we could make mistakes. Yes. And there were times where she just let us make those mistakes. But if it was, she always let us make the mistake once or twice. If we did it 3 times, then she would say something. Because once or twice it could be a fluke or whatever. Once we hit that 3rd time, that's when she normally started saying something. Because then it's more of like, you don't want to get in the habit of doing it.
Well, and like, that's what class is for. Like, class is where you make your mistakes so that you don't do it on stage.
Right. And then resources to share, which we also did this. In my one ballet class, we did ballet therapy. Every single week, we would do this, like, site thing that she had. And she would read us this stuff. We'd do, like, exercises together. Like, we had an hour and a half ballet class. We probably took 45 minutes of just talking about our week, talking about everything. And then recognize the dancers in front of you. So no 2 dancers are going to be the same. Individualized feedback instead of, like, everybody's not doing good or...
Right, because there are people who are going to try to fix a mistake they're not making and make things worse.
Right. Wants instead of should. So instead of you should be doing this is I want you to be doing this. Instead of your arms should be up. I want your arms up. Which is better, I think, than should. Because should is like you're just expected to do it. But want is more of like I'm telling you this is what you are supposed to be doing.
Right.
Help them enjoy dance. Don't make it serious all the time. Sometimes less is more. Yeah. That was one thing we did a lot too. We would do stupid combos. We would do stupid times where we had 15 minutes, groups of 3, go make a combo to the stupidest song ever, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And we'd laugh and we'd have fun. We would do Rose and Thorn every class, so we'd go into a split. One side would be the worst part of our day or our week or whatever we wanted to talk about. And then the other side would be the good part.
Yeah, we would do creative process, so that's what they called it at Charts. We would split in half, but Emily, Kaylee, and I, when we were the 3 seniors, we all hated doing it. And Rachel knew that, so we would either go run, like, senior trio or whatever, or she would let us pick whatever song we wanted. Because normally it's like, you'll pick a song, and you'll come up with it, and we had different songs, or she would give us a song, and you would choreograph this.
Yeah.
But we once made a TikTok mashup, and did, like, Not Like Us, Live in La Vida Loca, and, like, a couple others, and mashed them up together and did, like, the TikTok dances for them, but didn't tell anybody that's what we were doing. Mm-hmm. And went in and scared the shit out of everybody with it, because it was funny as hell.
I know. One time we were doing ballet, and we were doing this, and I did a ballet to no hands. Like, random bullshit. Or we would make, like, a whole play skit, and then, like, people would just laugh. It was just fun. At-home practices. Self-care. Not necessarily related to dance, but just self-care in general. Journaling about positive things from your rehearsal or performance. So instead of looking at the critiques, maybe you watch your solo and you're not looking at the critiques. You're looking at what did we do good here? Yeah. What should I continue to do? Rather than what should I do better, what should I continue to keep doing? Positive affirmations. And then the most important thing is go out there, give it your best, enjoy what you're doing. The passion you have is going to translate more to your audience than a perfect petite allegro.
Yes.
Which I think is very important to know too.
Oh, I finished the ad. Yes.
So that's what we have about perfectionism.
Yay.
Where are those cards? We're going to do something to make you guys feel better now. Now that I...
Well, and I said something about this at the end of the last episode that we were talking about. When we brought it up. But, like, when you graduate, dancing is such a different thing. Like,
Right.
I got to compete my solo, and it wasn't compete to win. It wasn't compete to get the best score. It was compete because I want to and because I love to dance. And this is my last opportunity to do it, so I'm just going to go and do it and make it fun.
I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else.
Right. And that was such a different experience to have, because Kaylee was the same way. Kaylee did her solo, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so nice to not be dancing because I have to, but to dance because I chose to.
Right. Right.
And it was definitely like a really positive experience for me to get to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ready for these questions? I'm making you all answer. Describe a moment in your life that felt like a movie.
The Lantern Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Both the times I went, they both felt like a movie just because it's so pretty. It feels surreal.
When we were taking pictures, that whole day felt like a movie.
That day did not feel real in any way, shape, or form.
It did not feel real at all. Because it was just one day. It wasn't like a weekend. It wasn't the week. It was literally
It was just one
day,
long fucking day.
And a lot happened, and it was so fun, and it was just insane. We were really going. We left my house at 8. We had to come back. We left at 8:30 really because I forgot my boots. And then we didn't get back until midnight, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty late.
So we were going a lot, and I drove a lot.
I offered to drive.
I know. I'm most fulfilled when?
I don't know, actually.
Never. I'm most fulfilled when I'm with the people who show me that it's okay to be me, and that I can do what's gonna make me happy.
Sure, that.
Ditto.
Ditto.
You all suck. All right.
Sorry, I'm really invested.
The longer I live, the more I realize that
I'm so crippled.
that I'm so gay.
Wow.
Your turn.
That's a statement.
That life for some reason only gets harder.
What'd you say?
That life for some reason only gets harder.
Yeah, but it gets more fun too. Sometimes.
Where?
You have a podcast. That's pretty fun.
You have a pretty cool girlfriend too.
I don't think you can post that part.
No, but I'm saying.
Correct, but that also made life harder. Not you.
Sorry.
She hates me and wants me dead.
Who in your life makes you want to be a better person?
Me. No. My dad. Bestie Rob.
Me? I think you guys do.
Bestie Rob.
What a king. Ooh.
Ow.
I am grateful I passed on the opportunity to.
What? To be a sorority sister because I got Rexian.
No, what's something grateful you passed on that you didn't do, that you're glad you didn't do?
Oh. I would say nothing because I try not to regret things, but I do regret a lot of things.
No, not that you regret. Not that you're glad. You're glad you didn't do it. You're glad you, instead of going to something or doing something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
I'm glad I didn't give things to people that, how do I say this? That I paid for. I'm glad I didn't
so that you could use them for other people.
So that I could actually keep what I bought. What season do you enjoy most?
Not this one.
Fall. I love
season.
fall. What?
This season. Spring.
Yeah, I truly do love spring. It just kills me.
I love spring. I love watching the world come back to life after the darkness of January and December.
Hey, don't talk about January like that.
That's our birth month.
I'm so sorry. I'm a summer baby. I had with seasonal depression.
I do too, but I still January. So
seasonal depression is actually scientifically
I know. I'm actually physically diagnosed with that.
I am too.
What's your favorite area in your living space and why? My bed. I'm always in my bed.
Nothing.
Your turn.
My papa's on chair.
All right. What are your favorite ways to show affection to others?
Buying them things.
Taking care of them.
I fear, Lexi, you also buy people things.
I do everything. I feel like I have a little bit of all the things.
Well, because, like, the thing with Lizzie and I is, like, we go mom mode. Like, that's our way of taking care of people. We go mom mode.
I feel like I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying your biggest thing, I think, is buying people things. Just be like, oh,
and
this made me think
touch.
of you, and this is you, and, like, you said you wanted this one time 6 years ago, so I'm going to buy it for you right now. You do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which I fear is a problem.
When it's used against me.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the most precious gift you have ever received?
A handwritten note.
I like a gift more that's took a lot of thought. You had to think about me. You actually had to think about me.
Right.
Like when it's just like not a birthday,
It's like, oh, I thought of you.
Yeah, like when it's not like there's something that you have to give a gift for. It's just like,
yeah, that's fair.
Someone just is like, I got this for you, and then you're like, you thought about me? And it's not a holiday and or my birthday? That's weird.
Yeah, that's That's the only way I like surprises. But then I feel bad because it's like I didn't get you something.
Exactly.
That's the point.
I know. Most of the time it's just.
Where are you sticking that mic? It is so far in me.
In you.
Do you see this? I literally am.
If you would move closer to it, I wouldn't have to move it back and forth like this.
Is this close enough for you?
No.
God.
No, it is not.
Lesbian again.
When are we not lesbians?
Every month except for June. You're not allowed.
Hey, no, we were just visible last week.
Yeah, now you're invisible, so stop being lesbian so I can see you.
What's the greatest lesson a woman should learn?
You belong in the kitchen.
Men suck. Don't listen to a man. Listen to yourself.
Don't date probably gay boys.
That no matter what society says about us, we have every right to look and feel and act how we want to.
That was actually a good one. Bam!
Mine was better. Learn how to do laundry because that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life. Housewives are better than working ones.
Correct. I do want to be a stay-at-home wife.
I don't want to be a stay-at-home wife. I would like to still have a job, but I want to be like...
No.
I want like an easy job. Like just a dumb little like...
I want no job, stay at home, take care of house, take care of farm animals.
See, that's...
Do nothing but clean and cook all day long.
That's where the like flower shop job or like having a bookstore job comes in. You just get to do something that you enjoy and like you don't need for the money. You do it because you like doing it, and then you get to come home and like take care of your family and like da-da-da. That's what I want.
I'm also
But I want my husband to make big bucks. I need to be rich without doing any of the work. That's the key.
What changes in your life are you most grateful for? Joining the sorority, because even though joining it snowballed a lot of things to happen, I'm glad it snowballed all of the things that happened, because the things that it snowballed needed to be snowballed. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Sure, babe.
Me joining the sorority snowballed a lot of things.
Correct.
Led to new people, led to new relationships, led to old relationships burning, led to old things not caring anymore. Like, just led to a lot of things. Some were good, some were bad, but all of the things that happened for a reason, and they all needed to happen. I would have never done some of the things that needed to happen on my own.
Yes.
Had I not been given that push of reality, here's the real world.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I did that, because I almost didn't. What have you learned from those who raised you?
A lot.
A lot of things I necessarily don't want to do or don't want to be.
A lot of things that have made me realize a wide range of different things, like good and bad.
Good and bad, yeah.
And has made me realize how much differently I want to raise my own children.
I think it also shows you how big of an impact
your environment has on who you become.
Yes.
Hi, Papa. You want to go outside? Go ahead. Go outside.
Go outside.
You can go outside. Go ahead. Go outside.
Oh.
He's like, what about me? What part of your daily routine are you most grateful for?
None of it. It's because I don't have a daily routine.
I love talking to my people.
My morning routine.
I feel like I'm always, that's part of my routine, is talking to my people.
That, like, 10 minutes in the morning where I take care of, I do my skincare, I put on makeup, I do my hair. It's my quiet time to be alone with myself and actually get myself ready for the day. In a mental sense, not just a physical sense.
I don't do that.
What sets your soul on fire? What the fuck does that mean?
A hot man. I'm kidding, that was a joke.
No, it wasn't.
What sets your soul on fire?
Like, what do you mean?
What makes you happy?
What makes it all worth
keeps
it?
the fire of your soul burning?
My people.
My future.
I still agree with the statement I just made.
A hot man?
A hot man? But you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Bye, hot man. Gotta specify.
Describe a time something didn't go as planned and what did you learn from it?
The time I fell on stage at nationals and busted my ass. The time I fell in a frat house and busted my ass. The other time I fell on stage and busted my ass.
So what did we learn from it?
Maybe I shouldn't be dancing anymore.
Maybe you should just not be busting your ass.
I try. It doesn't work. It's not my fault.
I think she just needs to stop walking.
I have to beat a girl in a bubble.
Like JoJo Siwa?
Yes. Right. That was based off the boy in the plastic bubble.
What about you?
He had a disease.
Leprosy.
Leprosy.
I'm really good. I'm really bad when things don't go as planned.
We know.
It freaks me out. I think it's because I get my hopes up so high for things and I'm like ready or I'm excited and when it doesn't go as planned, it doesn't happen.
It stresses you out.
It stresses me out because I also think...
You're a planner.
But I think a lot of it comes from when I was a kid. There were a lot of things that were promised or told and then they never happened. And every time it was just like, it hurt because they were either things I was excited about or like I really wanted to do. And then for whatever reason it didn't. And it was kind of just like, you don't even care.
Yeah.
That it hurt me or that it whatever.
Yeah, that happened a lot with me as a kid.
Yeah, I think that's where that comes from.
And that's just the family dynamic we had.
Right.
But, you know.
Your turn.
My car crash.
Right. You learned a lot from that.
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from my wreck. I mean, obviously that didn't go as planned. Who fucking plans to get in a car crash?
Me.
Don't say that, Natalie. Knock on wood right the fuck now. Thank you.
But, like, it's taught me a lot. It's taught me to value life more. It's taught me who I am as a person. It's taught me who my actual people are in life when things get hard.
Uh-huh. What emotion stirs your soul? What the fuck does that mean? How are we stirring it? In a good way or in a
With
bad
a spoon.
However the emotion stirs your soul.
I'm ginger. I don't have a soul.
We're aware.
You're a fake ginger.
That means I had my soul removed. Surgically. I'm not even like that ginger anymore. It's more blonde and like brown. Like the red is like kind of brown now. Yeah. Because the dye faded. I have to be regingered.
I think
My soul's coming back.
excitement. Anything that is a feeling of like childhood stirs my soul. I think that's pretty obvious.
You're 4-year-old.
I'd have to say, no, this is literally ties us all back to how we started. I'd have to say, the fear of not being good enough.
Wow, full circle.
Because it drives me to be good enough.
I don't remember what the question was.
How is that stirring your soul though?
Because it pushes me.
Oh, it's pushing you to get better.
It's pushing me to get better. It's pushing me to be the best version of myself.
See, that's a positive way to use that.
Right, but sometimes it's not positive. Sometimes that's the downfall of me is when I push myself too hard and then I spiral.
How do you make yourself feel cozy?
Blankets.
I
Lots and lots of blankets.
I love to lay on people. I love to lay on people.
You know.
I am a human blanket. I am a koala. I am whatever you want to call me. I love laying on people. My people, specifically, not just anyone.
Yeah, she just walks up to random people in the street.
I feel like she would do that.
No, I wouldn't.
Lay the fuck down right now. I need to be comforted.
It takes a lot to get me to lay on you, but once I do,
you never stop.
I have to have some type of feeling or connection to lay on somebody. It takes a lot. How long did it take before?
You have feelings for me?
No.
Oh.
No. How long? Listen to what I was gonna say. How long did it take until I laid on you? It took a while.
You've like laid with me before. Like you'll lay like here, but the first time you like bear on top of me,
it took a while.
It was either our first sleepover at the dorm, or that time we were like after Rush. It was after Rush. I know that. Like it was after we were Zetas.
Right.
That you like fully like bear laid on top of me.
It takes me a long time to lay on somebody.
The first time you ever laid in my bed. Actually, no. The first time I laid on my floor.
No, I laid on you in the car.
No. You laid on me on the floor before you sat in my lap in the car.
No, I did not. Fuck. That was the day after.
Was it?
Yes,
we had been to, because we did nails in the dorm before.
No, we were in my
the car happened.
The next day was when you shocked your back on the floor and I laid with you on the floor.
Yeah, because we had been in the dorm before that.
I was only in it once.
Yeah, that was the only time.
Or twice, because I always just sat on your steps. I was scared to sit on your bed. I don't know why.
Scary place up there.
It was just really high and really far away, and it was always made so it scared me to go sit on it.
I always make my bed.
I'm aware. But then, once I sat on your bed, I don't get off of your bed now.
Correct.
I'm just going to sit like this.
The fucking bed bug and a half that you are.
You love me.
I do.
We tolerate you.
I need my 5-year-old self to know that. My 5-year-old self needs to know, like, you're
gonna make it through. No matter what happens and no matter what comes down the line, you're gonna make it through.
I think that's kind of what I would say. Like, you having a feeling about a certain way things are done or a certain way whatever is okay just because your parents are saying that's normal. Sure, that could be their normal or what they view as normal, but that doesn't mean you can't question it and still not want that to be your normal. It wasn't until I was like 13, 14 until I finally started to realize, no, it's okay to not want this.
Yeah, I think mine would probably be like, you're not a mommy's girl anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to be so far my mom's, but I wasn't. Like, B was with my dad and I was with my mom. And then everything happened, and now I'm such a daddy's girl. It's insane.
How can you show up for yourself like you would your best friend? Validate how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a big part.
Why am I not every picture on your lock screen?
On the lock screen because it's my whole fucking camera roll.
But it should be every picture of me.
Okay, then
it should be only me.
I'll just do your folder.
Yeah, just me.
It's just Nattery.
Yep, just me.
Your turn.
Be my biggest cheerleader. I'm always there to support my JJ and my people, but I never support myself.
What will you say to self-doubt next time it shows up? Back again, aren't we? Hello.
Hello, old friend. You were only gone for a good, 6 hours. Where'd you go to?
Hey there, buddy. How have you been?
I think I have proved to myself many times that I know what I'm doing, and I need to just follow my gut and not sit around and listen to everybody else.
Haters gonna hate.
I need to listen to myself because I feel like I've showed myself that I know what I'm doing and I know what is best for myself. And as much as some other people can sometimes say, I know you better than you know yourself, sometimes that is not the case. Sometimes you know what you think you want me to say better than I do, but sometimes that's not the case. If you haven't lived as much as I have,
don't tell me how to live.
You can't tell me how to live or what I should be doing because you don't.
No.
But also, if you've lived a different life than I have, you can't tell me what to do.
It also works for someone older than you. If you've lived a different life, you've gone through different things, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Right.
To a point, my people can know what is best for me or whatever, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's still your decision.
When your judgment is clouded, I'll sit there and tell you, Lexi, you're not thinking straight. You're not correct in this one.
I don't think straight.
I know, you think very gay. So you're missing my point. If you're, seriously, not thinking correctly, I'll sit there and be like, Lexi, you know that's crazy. Like, you know better than to be doing that.
And sometimes I listen, and sometimes I don't.
Right. More often than not, you do, because you trust my judgment on things like that. And that comes with the relationship we have. Like, you have to be
the trust,
able to trust my judgment and know that I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. And there's no malicious intent with it. Yeah. Which is the difference with that.
Well, I think, too, like, you also proved, like, how many times did I come to you with different things, and every time, no matter how fucking annoyed you... No. Okay, well, I guess we'll do one more, because the camera's gone. All right, no matter how many times you, like...
Well, we might want to finish the episode still.
Yeah, well, we still have the audio. We'll just put the picture.
Do you want...
I'm going to just say our camera broke.
Do you want to just go stick my phone up there?
Yeah, we can do that. If your life was a novel, what would it be titled?
Oh, I don't even know. My dad and I made the joke about writing a novel about our lives for years.
The Great Escape. No, what did I say? The Roller Coaster to Hell.
Yeah.
I don't even know what mine would be.
Ow! A shit show dressed in color.
Shit show in the rainbow.
Hey, that's my thing!
A shit show on wheels. And the wheels happen to be a Volkswagen Beetle that's colorful.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Hey, we don't need that many more cards.
On the bus go swish, swish, swish.
Okay, well, you can look through.
Swish, swish, swish.
We're gonna do three more.
Swish, swish, swish. The wipers on the bus go swish. Sorry.
What is something new you recently discovered about yourself that surprised you?
That you're lesbians.
Wow!
We can't put that in, Natalie Kane.
That's Natalie Kane, we're aware of the information, but is it really that much of a surprise?
No. I think, no, actually,
I called it for a year and a half.
A year and a half? You didn't even know who I was.
She's talking about me. I think the fact that I discovered it, it makes it a lot harder to keep it quiet. When I need to keep it quiet.
'Tis why I have yet to come to terms with it.
Right. It's when you accept something, I think it's harder to keep it to yourself or keep it to just certain people because now you have accepted it and you understand.
Okay, so for Rizzo answer, that is not us.
Well, I can say that, or I can say so. Something I said about that I can live without things that I didn't think I could, or that I think are really good for me, and sometimes you learn that they're not, and that's okay.
That I'm an adult with free will, and nobody can actually tell me no.
Sorry.
Unless it's consensual.
Well, that's not what I was discussing.
I don't know if it was recently, but like...
Recently is loose terms, whenever you've realized it.
Like, the fact that I should be proud of the things I've accomplished, even though to me they don't feel as big and major, but to other people they do.
They might seem bigger.
Yeah, so I should be proud of the things I've accomplished, even if it's as small as getting up in the morning or remembering to brush my teeth that day or whatever.
I like that one. How have you grown in the last 5 years? I haven't. I've been the same height.
Well,
I don't even know.
I learned how to not die on a consistent basis.
I think I grew into myself.
It's gonna be, my god, it'll be 6 years this August.
I think I've grown into myself. I was really scared to be different than society or my peers, or just to be myself. And
to be Rexy?
High school I hated.
To be Rexy?
Yes. High school was horrific. I hated high school. It was the worst years of my life.
Wait,
and I
literally?
think that is a fair thing to say. But as I got into college, honestly, it wasn't even in the last 5 years. It's in the last year.
People say high school is like your golden years, and like
I don't understand. If you peak in high school, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways,
and I know
college.
people who did.
I know. College is really taught me a lot about myself, and it really has shown me who I am, and that I'm okay with being who I am, because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what some random girls in the hallway say or what some random girls on TikTok say. I care about the people who are going to be there no matter what, like genuinely no matter what, and that are always going to come back no matter what, and that are going to support me no matter what. And those are the people who matter, and those are the things that matter, and that it's okay to be myself because the people who actually like me are the people who actually matter.
I think I realized that I need to stand up for myself.
Stop yawning!
Sorry. I need to stand up for myself more, and that
Did you all just yawn too?
I need a nap.
And that I have the right to stand up for myself. Because I used to be very not doing that, and now I do. And, well, I try to at least, and I realized that throughout, like, everything that happened with my parents, that, like, standing up for what's right and standing up for what, like, my own story of it and not just going with what everyone else's story about it was.
Right.
And everything in life.
Are you currently feeling lost or found? I think both. I'm feeling found in the people I have and everything, but also lost in how to navigate all of the things I have figured out about myself.
I think I'm lost in the sense that I don't quite know where I fit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to school and stuff, just because, like, switching my major and all that, like, really stressed me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this the other day, like, I don't think Raven is necessarily, like, the school I meant to be at, but that's where the universe put me, and that happened for a reason. So it's just a matter of finding, like, I have Zeta, and, like, I fit there.
Yeah.
But finding outside of that where I fit is something I'm working on.
I like that. Last one.
It's like everything
fine.
I say today.
Oh, you did that. Oh, sorry. I thought. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I've found myself, and I found my people, and I found what I want in my life, but I think the problem is I'm lost in the sense of I'm about to start another huge chapter in my life, and I don't know where I'm going and what I'm doing. Like, it's not a set path. It's a very much so I either have option A, B, or C, or the blurry path to the left that nobody wants to look at because that's not societally acceptable.
I like that. All right, last one. For real. Is there anything you need to forgive yourself for?
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. It never was your fault, and you had no control over the situation, and you can't blame yourself for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think I need to apologize to myself? Forgive myself for all of the time that I thought one thing or tried to prove one thing when it was not the right thing. And that it's okay to accept that that's not the thing for you.
Yeah, I think I need to, like, forgive myself for the things I've done to myself. Like, in the sense of, like, I thought down on myself for a really long time, and I still do in certain aspects. But I think forgiving myself for not letting me be me for so long. And, like, just let myself be whoever the fuck I feel like and not caring anymore. Like, I need to forgive myself for not letting myself do that for so long.
Right.
I need to forgive myself for trying to force myself into a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fit into to fit into the shape that I was told I had to fit into. And cutting off parts of myself, metaphorically.
No, you cut off your finger.
It was
you would never know.
It was the one in the witch's brew.
Yep, that was mine.
That was the
Which one?
It was her extra fun.
Yeah, what if I was born with 6 fingers?
I would have cut it off too.
But like cutting parts of myself off that I think now I regret losing because they were part of me, just so I can try and fit into a form that I don't even acknowledge exists anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make that face and then just say, yeah, like you understood.
I don't know where you were going with that.
Okay.
Normally I can follow when you guys talk in riddles. I was not following that.
I'm saying not letting myself be who I actually was. Just to make them happy with me and make them make it seem like I was what they wanted me to be in life.
Got it. Guys,
do you understand now?
Figured out the riddle.
Cool.
The answer to the riddle.
I gave her the answer to the riddle. That's how she figured it out.
Anyways. Wait, what was the question? I had one more thing in my head. Forgive myself, right?
Yeah.
My back hurts. I feel like for a very long time I let other people control my life, or I felt like I had to stick to one person or one group or one thing, and that was the only thing I could do. And the only person I could like go to, the only person I could talk to, the only person that like basically ran my life, ran my schedule. Instead of knowing I can run my life and my schedule, and they can all be people in my story and important people in my story, but it doesn't mean they get to write my story.
Right.
They are side characters, not the author.
They're not necessarily side characters, like
I
main
wanna be the
characters or supporting characters.
They're supporting characters,
but not.
They're not the
author
author of the story. You are.
Me. I authorize.
You don't authorize shit.
And I'm gonna end this story. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna end my story.
Well, I guess we're all ending our story.
See you guys
Next week.
No, we're not.
This is the 3rd degree.
All right. Anything else?
We're not actually all gonna.
Normally, guys, we have a fun, silly, goofy episode, but it's also important to talk about important things that aren't always so fun and silly and goofy.
Which is why I told Lexi when we started season 2 that we should keep up the important talks that were had on.
And I think we will do it, but I like ending it with like nice questions or funny questions, just to like not keep you in that mindset.
Because it gets sad.
If you need help, there are people out there to help you. Don't call us. We are not licensed therapists.
I mean, like, I've been enough.
Well,
like,
you
I've
know
done
that the suicide hotline is now gone?
Is it really?
Thank you, Mr. Orange Cheeto Man.
Is it fucking really?
Yep, it's gone.
It's gone.
We don't have a suicide hotline.
We don't have a suicide hotline anymore. The suicide hotline that Americans can use are now the Canadian suicide hotline. We do not have to. Okay, you're going to call 988? He's shutting it down, the LGBTQ suicide hotline.
So they were just about to say if you need support for LGBT. Okay, so he's not shutting down the whole thing.
And I think he's defunding it. He's defunding it. Thank you, Mr. Orange Cheeto Man. We hate you.
If you need help, there are resources out there. No matter what, even if you feel like you can't get to them, you definitely can. The internet's an amazing place.
Sometimes
the internet can be an amazing place. Reach
out,
out,
country.
Talk to someone, talk to important people. Someone can get you help. Don't suffer alone.
You're never alone. Even if you don't go professionally.
Even if you don't realize it, even if you you're in school and you just tell a teacher can help you find the right resources.
Yeah, the amount of times I had teachers where I just like went and was like, hey, I just need to not today. Like, I just need to not be a person today, and I just need help in doing that. And
you got a teacher you think you're closer with? Trust me, those teachers think of their students as kids.
They will change your life.
They will help you. They will give you the resources you need. Yeah. Find someone. Talk to somebody you trust. Even if you don't think that they are the right person to talk to, just talk to somebody.
And I think I know it's hard to go like professional or like more like a therapist or a doctor or something like more professional wise. It can be scary or people don't want to do that, but there's even people around you. Talk to people around you. Don't like act as their therapist, but you can still have people around you that you can talk to and not like think that you're alone, because a lot of times if you end up going to somebody for something and you're talking to them about something, they will have a story that either they experienced or someone they know experienced, and it just makes you feel like you're not fucking insane.
Most schools have a school counselor. Talk to your school counselor.
The guidance counselor?
Yeah.
Shout out Mrs.
I had lunch with her yesterday.
We love her so much. I talked to her. My junior year, I think I went to her office every single day. So they are helpful.
See, I didn't go to her a lot till my scholarship stuff happened, but from then on, like, you could tell she just genuinely cared about each of her students. And that's how a lot of
She had to call my daddy a lot. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, both of the phone storages are full, so therefore we're ready to end it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, you don't get to see us.
I'm so sorry.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
I still find it funny that we're on Apple Pod and I didn't know.
Instagram, TikTok. I think that's everything.
All at up to the 3rd degree.
Up to the third dot degree. No dot.
not a dot there.
But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't silly goofy, but it's important. We'll probably be silly goofy next week anyways, though. You'll be fine.
What are we talking about next week?
Don't know. It's a surprise. Thank you guys for watching. And you just got burned to the third degree.